So what happens, as I was talking to some of the guys before, after we reach 20,000, assuming that we will? S&P senior index analyst Howard Silverblatt joins us now. And maybe Howard can give us a little bit of a look at what history tells us in these types of situations. First of all, Howard, it's very good to see you and have a chance to talk to you about this. The idea that it's been such a quick move, what does that mean? Or what have we seen in the past?
Well, the move currently, obviously, it's a lot easier to go from 19 to 20 than from 10 to 11, as you were saying, back in 99. We're dealing with about a 5% change. Mostly it's the financials. Goldman Sachs has been what's moving the Dow. 25% of the gain in the Dow since the election is due to Goldman Sachs by itself. 16% year-to-date is due to Goldman Sachs. So it's a change in the perception of the financials that has really moved this market at this point in time. Behind them, J.P. Morgan also added about 6% added to it. So it's the financials that have been doing it. Historically, getting to that point, unless we've got a lot of momentum built up, the way we did when we had in 1999 a continuing buy-in, without that, we're going to have to fight just to keep it. We had that with the S&P when they hit 2,000. So it's going to be a fight to keep it where it is on there. And then, of course, we'll be into next year, and we've got to see what the Congress and Trump himself does. What does he sign as compared to what he tries to pass through Congress?
We have right at the bottom of the screen while you're going through those numbers something that says Dow 20K's significance. But, you know, Howard, take out the 20K thing for a moment and just speak of, in your view, the significance of the Dow Jones Industrial Average now versus at these other times in our history when, you know, there was a 1,000-point move.
The Dow itself is not as much as indexed against it as compared to the trillions to the S&P. Okay, about 39 billion is actually indexed to it. It's more an understanding that the average person on the street understands the Dow. They know the companies. Right. They know how it is. You add up. You name the 30 companies literally to somebody on the street, and they know what practically every one of them does. So it's an idea and a concept of how the market is doing, even though it's the top end. Is it a buying point because it's 20,000? No. No one's rushing in there to make a trade on there outside of a short-termer, you know, who's trying to do a play. So it's a good chance to look at your performance, see where it's been, where you've been, and what you want to be in going forward to it. It's a nice item, just like a birthday. It's a big, nice, round number, and we like those things we reviews.
In 30 seconds, Howard, if you remember a time where a lot of a gain that's this large has been driven as much as it is appearing to be now by politics?
Well, not so much in politics on there, but we definitely saw it with a company called IBM back in 1982. They were supposed to own a new item that was coming into the market called PCs, and they were going to own the world. And they moved everything, the S&P, the Dow, even more than Apple did during their heyday. So that's the only comparisons really that you can get to it. Even if you go back to the GM days, it was IBM in the 82s. In 1982.
Well, yeah, it's been fascinating to watch. Forget about if we're overdoing it on round numbers, but the quick move in this amount of time since an election and a transition at the end of the year. Yeah, Howard, thanks. Howard Silverblatt, very good information. Thank you very much.